Let's see if this works. Something connects the... Oh, seems to be working. Very strange. Is the internet for you? Whenever you think you've got something set up perfectly right, there's always a problem. Debugging. There's always a bloody bug. Okay. This is what I'm doing. Very simply, I am working through the milestones that I am closest to achieving. If that makes any sense, because I'm going to knock some more of these off. So, I think the first one is... That's close. That's close. This one. DC-15 LE target practice. I just need 2 more kills. And 2 more kills. And that one's gone. So I'm just going to do that one quickly. The DC-15 LE, I believe, is with... I believe I've just equipped it. It's with the heavy. Yep, there it is. So I'm just gonna 2 kills, and I've unlocked the next one on that. So let's have a go on that. I'm just gonna be methodical. I want to knock some of these milestones out. Hey, Sonny Frisch, late night gaming. I know it's man, I had a long day at work today. Finished late, and I actually got a bit of energy. So why not, eh? How are you doing, Sonny? Hey, Michael. Good day, Underpants Squad. Hashtag Underpants Squad. 24/7, Michael. You and I, we're rocking it. Always. It's to be honest, Michael, it's a lifestyle, isn't it? You know? It's more than a hashtag. It's a movement. It's a lifestyle. Chief Forces in the house as well. How you doing, fella? So yeah, little recap then. In Battlefront, there are these under career. There are these milestones, and I've got quite a few of them. They're close to being finished, that are not quite. So I'm just going to be a little bit strategic, and knock off some of these milestones. I don't know why. It's not really important, but it makes you feel like you've accomplished something, I suppose. So, what was I saying? This one. I'll do this one quickly. 2 kills. 2 kills, and then that one's done. That's it. So yeah, so I'm just gonna... I'm not tired. It's been a long day. It's been a long bloody week. Long week at work. Long week at work? Yeah, that makes sense. Jesus. But alas, he complains, I've got 1 more week. Would you believe it? 1 more week, and then a week off. Shit. You guys must think I'm always having holidays, but that's just the way it rolls. I've got 1 more week, and they are long days, so when I do work, they are long days. I've got 1 more week, then a week off.
This is our chance to avenge
And
our
God gun? It's not the... Where's the gun? Where's the bloody gun? Damn it. That's not the right gun, is it? It's not that one. Late, and then I was on the motorway for over an hour. Motorways on a Friday evening here are just killer. Absolute killer. It was like 40 miles an hour for about half the way. I hate it because well, you stop and then you put up a bit of speed and your foot's constantly on the bloody clutch. I hate riding the clutch, but you know, and then when you're doing variable speeds in the motorway, you try not to brake, don't you? And then you get some idiots that don't really know how to drive. They're just on the brake, on the brake, on the brake, on the brake. You're like, for God's sake, take your foot off the brake. Look ahead of you and vary your speed and keep bloody braking. And there's the milestone. There we go. Awesome. So there's two. There's one milestone gone, which is good. Sonny's working. Still 6 hours to go. Another 3 nights. Yeah, I kind of give myself little mental targets. So another week, and then a week. Well, I can say a week to chill, but I've got packing and stuff to do. I kind of want to quit. I'm gonna actually quit now. It sounds weird, but I want to quit this game now because I want to get the next milestone. So I'm literally just gonna play for the milestones. See what the next one is. Hopefully I will still register that one. I'll tell you what. I've got a real. I was supposed to be not buying toys, and then my friend of mine on Twitter, Mr. Classic Toys. I don't know if you follow Mr. Classic Toys, but if you live in England, you should follow him because he knows all the bargains. He spots where all the bargains are, and he's always posting. Anyway, a couple of days ago, he posted this announcement that there's this online toy site over here called Sona Toys, and he said, "Quick, Salacious, get over to Sona Toys. They're doing a multiverse flash sale for a couple of hours, 66% off." It's like, oh shit! So 66% off. I went on there. Oh my god! I bought a ton of toys. And then he messaged last night and said, they're doing another one. It's 44% off. They've got new toys. Oh shit. Then he messaged again and said, oh, you can get the entire Marvel Legends Fantastic Four retro carded figures for 60 quid if you want to go on in demand now. I was like, oh fuck. So 3 days later, 40 figures. I ordered 40 figures. I just couldn't say no. Just the money was just crazy. So 40 figures. I've 6 of them came today. I believe the rest of them are coming tomorrow. So that should be fun. To be fair, when I say 40, they were like 4 or 5 quid each, or I think the most was like 8 quid. So, complete bargain, you know. Right, I need to play as an ARC Trooper for 10 minutes to get that one. Let's see what the next one is. Veteran Officer. Oh, it's going to be a little bit longer. What's this one? Sonny, haven't you bought every apparel already in this game? What do you need the milestone credits for? Just want to complete them. I don't know. Is there no reason to? I don't know. I just felt like it'd be nice to say they're done. I don't know. Just let me have it, Sonny. Just let me have it. I'm gonna do it. There we go. I'm gonna do these 2. So I need. It's nice to say they're done, isn't it? You know. Right. CR2 sharpshooter. I need 5 kills. I know. Have you seen... I missed a couple of things. Michael says, have you seen the MoNKey-LiZaRD statue I told you about? I've seen it, Michael. I know. I contacted them. The thing is with Regal Robot, they're amazing. They don't deliver to the UK, so you've either got to have a special American friend, or you have to arrange international shipping. I think I'm going to try and find an international shipping agent that will collect things for me, because I don't want to rely on people. I ordered a massive life-size statue from Regal Robot of Salacious. It cost an arm and a leg, and the only American address I had at the time was Vern's. I really don't want to have to get it delivered to Vern's and then ask him to deliver it. It's just not on, really. I just put his address down because it's the only one I had. So I'm going to try and investigate if I can get a US shipping agent to collect from Regal Robot. I believe someone from Regal Robot told me that that's possible, so I've just got to find the name of an American shipping... I don't know the American market, you see. I know the UK one, but I need to find a reputable American international shipping agent that will collect and ship to the UK, and then I won't have to rely on anybody unfairly. So, well, I thank you, Michael, for pointing those out. They look cool, and I will definitely. You can only get them at Star Wars Celebration, or you can order them online on the day of the event. But again, they won't ship to the UK, so I messaged them and cheekily said, could you throw one in with my one-to-one order? And they said, if you've got a shipping agent, yeah. So I need to, that's my next job, really, is to find a shipping agent. Yeah, G4 self. Do you know, G? I really did not need 39 extra action figures, but you're right. It is that self-gratification. It's just like, it's like a bug, isn't it? You know, it's like well, it's an addiction. However, with my past, it's the least dangerous addiction. Let's just put it that way. So, better off me doing that on plastic crack than other stuff. So, but that was a long time ago. But You know what I mean? It's the least harmful. It is not harming anyone. It's not harm, and it's not doing me any harm really, other than I'm polluting the environment. Right, CR2 sharpshooter. So I've got that one. See, that's the one I just got. I need to get this one now. Hey Mikey, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. Good to see you, Mikey. I'm just saying to the guys, it's been one of those long days at work, but finding myself not falling asleep on the sofa with a bit of energy. So let's get this sharpshooter one on. CRT sharpshooter is the one I need. Where is the CRT sharpshooter? I get confused, Sonny, with these. Oh. Press the wrong button. I get confused. Press the wrong button, then. I get confused with these weapons. Who's got... Anyway, let's go back. It must be the scout trooper. Let's try. I think I need 5 kills. 5 more kills with sharpshooter, I think. I mean, Sonny's perfectly correct. These milestones don't mean anything, but a little mental achievement, I suppose, in my head, in my small monkey-lizard brain. Hey, Brandon. So yeah, the action figures, man, you know, it is an addiction. It really is. Let's be honest about it. But it's the least harmful addiction. For me, anyway. Oh, we're off to Kessel. And it's not going to last. You know, there's only so many action figures you can buy, isn't there, before you... Well, I think I've already passed that point of going from collecting to hoarding, but... Michael says he's jealous. He's a summer person. It's only 7 degrees here. It's kind of weird weather here at the moment. It's kind of like... yeah, it's clement at the moment. Oh, it's okay. It's not bad. There are little drizzles. You can feel the summer is starting to come. It's brighter.
Boys, guard duty.
It's lighter in the morning.
The rebels are preparing an assault. Our orders
Still get the odd bit of rain here. So that's the thing over here. Never really stop. There's always rain. So I picked the wrong. Do you know, after me going on about I need to be a specialist, I picked the wrong bloody trooper, haven't I?
We must not give in.
It's me talking too much. I picked the wrong bloody trooper. Bob, shall we continue exploring the savage planets when you have free time? Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Is there another game as well that we bought? Is there another game that I bought? You got me to buy? I can't remember. Sure there was another one. So this is how stupid I am. I was just chatting to you guys going, right, today, all I'm doing is getting some milestones. And the next milestone I need is for the scout trooper. And then I've gone and picked the wrong trooper. So this is no good. I'm the wrong... Oh, I'm just going to go and die. Right, don't laugh at me. I'm going to go and die because I want to pick the scout trooper. Someone kill me. Kill me. There we go. Is that Mr. Hauser? Howdy, Salacious, my friend. Hello, Mr. Hauser. How you doing, my man? Good to see you, dude. Right. Which one am I? Specialist? There's the C... Oh my gosh. I pressed the wrong button again. I wanted to check the weapon. Oh, I'm such a klutz. Is this the CR2 weapon, Sonny? Hopefully it is. totally the wrong weapon to be using in this environment. You want to be in like Endor, really. Now I've got a scout. Now I've got a scout rifle inside the castle mine.
We must now hold these command posts.
Dragon's Crown. We haven't finished Dragon's Crown. Yeah, I think that's multiplayer, isn't it?
Hold the objective.
See if I can. Oh, for God's sake. Oh, the assault has got the CRT. Is it the assault? Is it? Press it wrong. I pressed it too quick. Oh, damn it. I need a new game, Sonny. I haven't actually finished. Do you know what I want, Sonny? I'd like to play. We need a multiplayer game that's kind of modern and like future tech rather than fantasy. I've kind of had my fill of barbarians and wizards and stuff. Salacious the Barbarian is it's Darth Vader out there kicking us. I want a game. We need to find a multiplayer game that's it's got like a future tech kind of vibe to it. You know, kind of like, I don't know, Detroit Becomes Human or Cyberpunk or some kind of future tech game. Modern, but multiplayer. So many people can play, obviously. Who's that shooting me? But not like dragons and wizards and barbarians. We've done too much of that. In that case, I recommend the Ascent. Okay. Tell us about the Ascent and so sell it to us. Sell it to us. I don't know about that. Oh, Horizon Zero Dawn. No, I've never played that. Is it multiplayer? Why does my gun shoot? My right trigger is no longer working. What the France? Why is my right trigger not working? Right, I need to quit. I have no idea what's going on. My right trigger is not working. So you recently bought Ultimate Edition Deep Rock Galactic. Okay. I believe I've got Horizon Zero Dawn. I think I bought it. I think I've got it over there. I just haven't played it yet. But I thought it was single player. Oh, it is a single player, yeah. What I really want is like Star Wars Galactic, but like a modern version. Right. I know Sonny's going to be... I tell you what I'm going to do. Starfighters. This is the one where I need to if we look at my collection, this is the one where, so all of these, Sonny likes the stats, all of these have purpled, so assaults, all these have got the yellow badge where you've maxed out the cards and everything, apart from, I haven't done it on the speeder bike, which is almost there, and artillery, and then fighter. So I'm going to do some Starfighter. I'm going to play Starfighter for a bit. That's what I'm going to do for the rest of the stream, play Starfighter. If anyone wants to play Starfighter, then come on over. Where is it? Yeah, if anyone wants to play Starfighter, I'm probably going to play Starfighter for an hour. So I'm going to concentrate on Starfighter. I want to max out my whatchamacallit, points. But yeah, we need a new game to play. We need a new game. Diablo, I think I've rinsed Diablo, Sonny. I really liked it. But there's only so much, like, there's only so much I can... my attention span. I think I've moved on from Diablo. The journey to the center of the earth was cool, or whatever that was called, the Savage Land. That was cool, but it's a little bit, I don't know, a little bit chitsy. Like something a bit more techy.
Squadron is here. Clear out enemy ships so it can complete its objective.
Whoa, someone's on my ass already.
Going down. Excellent progress. Their defenses have almost
there's some good players on this Starfighter game. It's one of the only.
Generator's gravity effects seem
You got to be on it.
Perhaps
it's one of the only problems. You get your ass kicked straight away.
I'll have to finish this myself.
I have more sci-fi games, but I have to check my library. Sci-fi is the way to go, I think. Sci-fi. There's got to be some cool, funky, multiplayer sci-fi games out there. It'd be good if, like, Detroit Become Human was multiplayer. That game is cool. I upset someone there. Someone's coming for me. Oh, No Man's Sky. Never played it. Intrigued by it. Obviously got a lot of criticism. I believe they've done a lot of retrofitting to that game. That could be an option.
They got you.
I don't know, would people be interested in that? I don't know. I'll get away from look at this. Get my ass kicked already. No Man's Sky, possibly. I didn't realise that was multiplayer.
Crash imminent.
This level's hard, I haven't really got anyone yet. See if I can get some peripheral fighters. There we go. There we go.
How can we be losing this battle?
There we go.
The First Order does
I think
not
you've got to,
accept defeat.
with so many good players on these multiplayer games, you've got to go around the periphery, haven't you? And then you've got to line them up before you start firing. Get close and then line them up before you start fighting. Okay, here we go. Oh shit, this guy's good. Alright, sit around. G4 says, I've had a few drinks and an edible, but Bob is one of those. I've had a few drinks and an edible, but Bob is one of those most genuine guys. Oh, G. Beautiful boy. G, if I was in North Carolina, man, you and I. Bob's coming shagging in North Carolina. I missed what's Brandon saying? I'd love to watch you guys explore No Man's Sky. That sounds like a good shout then. Do you know, I actually fancy a good rum and coke actually. Hey Simon, Bob, when I go to North Carolina to meet our kid, you should come. That would be amazing, dude. That would be cool. You know, like, you have your sort of life priorities and shit, don't you? I've got to move house, man. I've been living in there. I've sold my flat, but I gotta move. I've got to buy somewhere. That's my next objective. Once I've bought somewhere and that box is ticked, next box is road trip in America. Definitely. I haven't been on holiday in a while, so summer road trip to the States sounds good. And yeah, 100%. We seem to have met a lot of awesome people in North Carolina, so it's got to be #1. North Carolina and Florida seems to be a bit of a theme, so it sounds to me like a pretty good road trip. Florida, so maybe like a fly to Florida, and then do all the Florida stuff, and then drive to North Carolina. Seems to be like a possible trip, you know.
These field generators are not
But yeah,
built for combat.
I'm with you, dude, for sure.
Our ships are taking fire from enemy starfighters.
Nice. Look at the design of this.
Yeah, I got one.
Look at the design of this ship. Unbelievable, isn't it? The X-Wing. What a beautiful thing. I remember getting the Millennium Falcon and the X-Wing as a kid. Although, I remember getting the battle-damaged X-Wing. And one of my mates had the normal one. And mine had the battle-damaged stickers on it. I remember being, I mean, stupidly, you know, when you think about it, I remember being a little bit gutted that mine was the battle-damaged one. They're just stickers you put over the wings. I wanted the cleaner one, you know. But yeah, beautiful design. I think that's the thing with Star Wars, isn't it? The art design is so cool. It's kind of, I want to say, is it timeless? I don't know if it is timeless. It's definitely of its time, but I think the prequels and the design evolution from the prequels to the sequels has made it more timeless. I think without the prequels, maybe it would seem dated. I don't know, but hey team, how you doing? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. I was just saying to the guy, I was just saying to everyone, it's I've had one of those long Fridays at work, you know, where it just seems to have gone on and on. And I was sat in the car on the motorway for about an hour and a half. Pain in the arse trying to get home. Friday nights on the motorways in the Midlands of England are just a nightmare.
They disabled our generators.
I normally fall asleep on the sofa at this time. I'm normally like asleep on the sofa. But I didn't. I managed to avoid that, so got a little bit of energy. Oh god, I'm gonna get my ass handed to me here. But yeah, what was I talking about? Yeah, sort of life targets. Sounds a bit weird, doesn't it? But I think I'm 42. I think I'm 42. I'm 41 or 42. I think I'm 42. No kids. Avoided marriage, just. I don't think I've got any kids, but...
Damage critical.
Avoided marriage twice. 2 long-term relationships that didn't quite work out. Kind of regret a little bit one of them. But you can't really regret things, can you? You just got, it is what it is. So, what are the life targets now? Well, I don't know.
The generators need your protection.
House is the next one. Living in, I don't know how many of you, I don't know how many of you live in houses or flats or what your housing situation is like. I suppose it's different if you've got a family. Most of you, if you've got a family, you're probably in a house. I've lived in apartments or flats pretty much since I was a kid, really. Like many people, our old man ran off with another woman when I was a kid, so ended up living with being brought up by Earth Mom, bless her, and then moving out on my own, going through university. Oh, Alexa, what are you on about? Alexa's answering my question. Even answer anything. Hey. You go to college or uni, whatever you want to call it, and you end up living in halls of residence and then shared accommodation and stuff like that. But it's mostly been flats and apartments. I can't say I've ever had a garden. Not since I was maybe 14, 13. Not that I'm going to do any gardening. I mean, let's face it. I don't really know. I wouldn't even know what to do. I'd probably want to astroturf it and put some goals in there. AstroTurf the garden, put some goals in there, but maybe a barbecue. Owning a home is fantastic and terrible at the same time. Yeah, well, it's probably going to eat up a lot of money, isn't it? But Simon, dads did that in the 80s. It must have been the trend. I know. They were all at it, weren't they? It was a shag fest, basically. Or the baby boomers.
There certainly are a lot of them.
G'day, Bob. Hey, Darth Muzzle, how you doing? I don't think I've killed anyone, have I, on this yet? How you doing, Darth Muzzle? Oh, so yeah, so house, I think, but you know, I keep watching, I'm not even bloody playing this, I'm just talking. I keep watching all these videos on YouTube where people like go off grid. I've got this obsession with watching these videos at the moment. They buy land off grid and they build their little log cabins and stuff and have their little like freehold. So it keeps making me like question what what should we do? Star Wars Theology, hey, how's it going? From my super chat message. Happy gaming, Salacious. Can't wait for next Friday for the Kenobi series. Take care. Star Wars Theology, you beautiful boy. Man, Kenobi. Yeah, let's talk Star Wars. Kenobi. Jesus. Star Wars Theology, I hope they do it right. I really, really... Do you know, I can't be doing with any more...
Power offline to bunker buster shields. Immediate assistance is required.
Craziness. Crazy arguments about Star Wars. That's...
No longer a problem.
I hope they smash it. I really hope they knock it out of the park.
Making a lot of hits.
From what I've seen, it looks cool. I mean, I've tried to... be a bit spoiler-free, although that's a lie, actually. That's a lie. I've not tried to be spoiler-free at all. I've read everything. What am I on about? I think I know what happens. Oh, I'm such a fibber. That's nonsense. I've read everything. I can't help myself. I read all... it's bloody Jason Ward. Blame Jason Ward making Star Wars. Follow making Star Wars. You basically know everything that happens before any Star Wars film comes out. It looks cool to me, though. I'm up for it. I don't mind what I've heard. I won't tell you what I've heard, but there we go. 26 level up. About time. It looks cool to me. From what I've heard of the story, I'm down for it. what happens. Me too, I've been blocking spoilers. I know, I keep saying I'm going to, and then I haven't. I've lied to you. I've watched them, I've listened to them. I tried not to, and then I did. So, what can I say? But it looks good to me. I'm up for it. It looks good. The trailer looked cool. I'm not even bothered by how things, you know, if the Inquisitors don't look quite right or whatnot. I don't really care about that. It's just so cool that we're getting to see them, you know?
Enemy fighter destroyed.
So, I'm up for it. I'm pumped for it. It's important they get it right, though, isn't it? My God, if they mess it up, can you imagine if they mess it up with Hayden back and... Oh, my God. Please, 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 please. Although, I'm just questioning everything I say tonight. Yeah, I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be good. I'm being positive now. I think it's gonna be cool. And I like that Vanity Fair photo spread they did the other day. I mean, you know, we've got. Let's be honest. How cool is it that we've got, in the space of a few months, we've got an Ahsoka TV series, we've got the Mandalorian, we've got Kenobi. It's cool, man. It's good stuff. It's awesome. I'd never have dreamed of having these kind of shows before, you know? These weird gravity wells. This isn't in starting canon, is it? These gravity wells. Maybe it is. Ships just
nearly held back their advance wave. If we just take out a few more of their fighters, our people should be able to escape.
I'm not even doing the mission. Sonny, I have faith in the Kenobi series. Yeah, man, I'm staying positive as well, dude. I like Ewan. I like Ewan.
And blast him out of the sky.
I like Ewan McGregor. He's cool. Back from the old Trainspotting days. God, do you remember when Trainspotting came out? Man, that whole era when Trainspotting came out was crazy. It was like, I don't know. I was a teenager, I think, and it was like drugs and booze and raves and there was like Trainspotting and Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs and a load of crazy movies, man, around that time. It was just awesome. And I was just, we were going out clubbing and playing DJing and going to parties and getting into clubs and going to after parties and going around people's houses and getting into pies and just cool times they were. It was kind of like a bit of I guess it was the same everywhere, but it felt like there was a bit of a kind of little kind of cultural revolution in England. It felt like that anyway at the time. Like, you know, there was like the whole indie scene kicking off with like the Gallaghers like sticking their fingers up at everyone, and it was kind of like mod punk. You know, it was like they kind of they brought back. It's kind of like a. Well, there's punk music, really, isn't it? To be honest, I know they're I know that it's indie, but they're punksters, and you know, they're anti-establishment. And then there was the whole like, the music. I think the music was so good during that time. What am I doing? I've come out of the game. Right, let's go back in the game. Hey, Kat, how you doing? G4 says Requiem for a Dream. That was a crazy movie. That was crazy, that Requiem for a Dream. Yeah, it's a hard one to watch, I think. He loses his arm, doesn't he, at the end? That's a bit weird. am I doing? Starfire Assault. How are you doing, well, Cat? We're just talking a lot of nonsense, really, today. We're just rambling from one thing to the next, but it's quite nice reminiscing, isn't it, about stuff. I don't know whether you look at things through rose-tinted spectacles a little bit, but I definitely have fond memories of the 90s, for sure. It felt like an exciting time, I think. I don't know, and I was just saying, I don't know whether it was everywhere, but in England it kind of felt special. I don't know. I guess because so much music was coming out at that time, and I don't know.
Oh yeah.
And you're young, and very, you know, pretty carefree, and no responsibilities really. And
Ship's almost falling apart.
there's a club. Well, the club still exists. It's a chain now, unfortunately. There's a club in England. Well, it was originally in Sheffield, called Gatecrasher. There's quite a few famous clubs in England. If you talk to people about clubs in England, there's a few famous ones. People tell you about Cream in Liverpool, or Hacienda in Manchester, or Shelley's down south, or God's Kitchen. There's quite a few really famous clubs in England. And I've been to most of them, and had some really memorable nights. Like seeing Paul Oakenfold on the terrace at Cream was just like an eye-opener. But I remember the first time I ever went to a proper club back in those days. I walked into, the club itself was called Republic, but the night was called Gatecrasher. And Gatecrasher is now like they're like a theme chain now. They have Gatecrashers all over the place. So it's not really what it was. But back in those days, they started playing trance music, and it was the first time that kind of acid house had moved into trance, and the people and basically the kids used to dress up like you see them do at like Coachella and stuff now, but this was like 20 years ago. So all the girls had furry boots on and used to paint their faces. And everyone's doing crazy dances. But anyway, the first time I walked into Republic, I just couldn't believe it. I remember just being like, holy shit, what is this? And for a few years, and you'd call yourself a Crasher Kid. And we had two really good nights a week in that club. On Mondays it was called Republic, at the Republic, and then on Saturdays it was called Gatecrasher, and it was like techno and trance, but oh my god, I mean, for a good few years, like, those nights were just insane. If you ever Google Crasher Kids, you get to see some really old pixelated photos of those nights. But my god, and some of the residents, and this, bear in mind, this was like late 90s, so this is, I mean, how many years ago is that? It's 20 years ago now. So this was like, this is what made Tiesto famous. I mean, I think he became famous because of being a resident at Gatecrasher. Oakenfold was a resident, and who else did we have? Timo Maas, and yeah, Armin van Buren, although he was sort of slightly later on, really. But yeah, I remember walking into that club and just thinking, oh my god, I've never been in something like this. It's like a big vaulted ceiling with a huge lion symbol in the roof, and lasers everywhere, and smoke, and literally everyone just girding their faces off. It's like, oh my god, what is this? And it would go on till 6 in the morning. 6 in the morning! And then you wouldn't finish at 6. You wouldn't finish at 6. You'd then go on. You'd then go on to go. You'd all rock back to people's houses, you know, and you'd carry on. My God, set them out at 6 in the morning, and we'd do that 2 or 3 times a week. Crazy, man, absolutely crazy. But it's funny how your music taste and your music taste, and then also the scene changes because people kind of grew out of trance and grew into. It sort of became a little bit cheesy and a little bit childish. So then people either sort of migrated to sort of techno or house. Really, were the two. Oh man, Simon, you are kidding me. We used to love going to Back to Basics in Leeds. That was a regular haunt of mine. We probably bumped into each other there. Yeah, because when we lived in Sheffield, Leeds was a regular destination of ours because it's not really that far. You get on the train or whatnot. Or we had friends that lived there. I went to uni there, so. But yeah, as you get older, it's funny how like the scene changes and then your taste in music changes as well. So yeah, so the trance died off, and then you know you end up turning your nose up at the trance music because you're getting so much into the house and the techno, and then it became kind of trendier to have smaller venues and not the big night, the big huge venues. So other than the big festivals, of course. And some of those those festivals have just taken over now, aren't they? They're massive. But I remember the early dance festivals, like the early God's Kitchen in Warwickshire and Creamfields, were just absolute chaos, absolute pandemonium. We'll have to do a music show, a music podcast or something. We always end up talking about music, don't we? And then suddenly the sort of dance music scene just died on its ass into the 2000s. It just died, and indie music came back in a massive fashion. I remember living in Sheffield when the Arctic Monkeys came from Sheffield, and they just brought back a whole kind of like punk revival scene, and indie scene was just back, and it was like the Arctic Monkeys and the Killers and all those kind of like bands suddenly emerged. And the only dance music that survived was breakbeat. Breakbeat suddenly became huge, which was really influenced by hip hop. And there was a club we went to, a really cool club called Urban Gorilla, and it was like all breakbeat.
Sensors indicate enemy starfighters have joined the battle.
James Lavelle.
Flying close to the generators is dangerous if you don't know how to put their effects to good use.
There's people like Josh Wink and stuff who were back playing breakbeat, and a lot of very bassy. Oh my god. Yeah, and the whole like it was like so the club was called Urban Gorilla, and the slogan was free thinking. Was it free thinking? Yeah, free thinking. That's it. Just like and it's funny how the fashion was influenced as well by the music over the time. So the trance scene brought in this really kind of future tech kind of people were wearing fluffy boots and neon bloody makeup and shit, and then people either drifted off into the techno scene, which was quite raw or into the house scene where people used to dress up. And then the breakbeat scene is just completely laid back. It's like, well, whatever you want, who gives a shit? I don't think any of that exists anymore. All of those clubs, I don't. It's a lot in a lot smaller scale, or maybe I'm just old. I keep seeing those flyers, and I'm like, God, I remember. I keep getting booted out because I'm not really playing. I'm just talking to you guys. I'm reminiscing. I think I'm feeling old. Is this a midlife crisis? Me talking about our youth. It's a common youth, I think. Everyone can relate to it to some degree. We all had our different experiences growing up, didn't we? But there was some commonality amongst us all, I think. We all had a rebellious youth phase, didn't we? Where we were into music and influenced by music and fashion, and we all had our little jaunts that we used to go to, I think. I don't think that's. I think that's probably a common story for us all to reminisce on. Simon, I love my Technics. I will never get rid of my Technics. I've got so much equipment from back in the day. It's crazy. I lived in a student house with a few friends of mine that were all. While my best mate was a computer, like just a legend on the computer, but also an incredible DJ, and we just had decks everywhere. Yeah, 1210s, and we had Pioneer DGM 500 mixer, or Allen and Heath. We had the Zone mixer, and we were even DJing at the time where it was crossing over from vinyl into digital. So we used to DJ in a wine bar in Sheffield, and we'd actually not just play with the decks. We'd have a MIDI keyboard hooked up to Tractor or Ableton, and we were mixing a combination of vinyl and digital music. That was like literally at the time that stuff was coming out. It was like very raw at that time, not like it is today, where everything's like beat matched and stuff. Back then it was a little bit rawer. But yeah, man, and that was the other thing, going record shopping. There used to be some fantastic record shops in Sheffield. And I used to love. Well, you know, if I weren't buying toys, I'd probably be buying records. I've still got a lot of my old records.
The first order is here. Let's hope these field generators work.
Yeah, it's nothing better than yeah, dropping the needle on a piece of metal.
Give me a target.
Ties zeroing in on the generator's vulnerable points.
Yeah, the 1210s, or you used to call them the Black Dream. They used to be labelled in the catalogues as the Black Dream. You used to be able to get a couple of 1210s and a Pioneer DGM 500. They call it the Black Dream.
Enemy down.
I love mixing records. That's probably one thing I have to work out the logistics of it on YouTube, but that's the one thing I would like to do is, or maybe on Twitch. Maybe on Twitch, maybe, I don't know how the copyright would work, but doing some online sets would be really cool.
They're targeting you.
Sensors indicate enemy starfighters have joined the battle.
That's the one good thing, if you know how to mix and you've got a varied music taste, you can end up doing some quite interesting sets. Need to get together. De La Soul to Groove Rider for sure. I think we've got similar music tastes, man. Because I think we probably grew up at a time where we experienced all those different subgenres. So I didn't even mention drum and bass really. There was a really good drum and bass club in Sheffield called Drum and Bass Arena. I remember seeing, well, I've seen everyone there really. Q Club as well in Birmingham was a massive drum and bass night.
They're band of fodder.
Oh, Wolverhampton, awesome! I've never actually been out in Wolverhampton.
Those field generators need
So
protection
I've
while
not
they're
been there.
active. Stay sharp.
They've got you in their sights.
Missile away.
Escort!
Shots landed.
I ended up getting really into.
Ready to show them what
Do you ever
got?
listen to DJ Yoda, Simon? I used to get really into like doing mashup sets. People like DJ Yoda or what was the
Say, I'm not impressed.
what was the
Those field generators
what's the
can't
Dutch
take much
what's the
damage
Dutch
as it is. Protect
what are those Dutch guys called? Who are those guys that did
displays are all flashing red.
my memory's going a little bit. I used to love doing mashups. Just to come up with some crazy shit. I'm not even. I'm trying to think who that. Hold on a minute, I'm gonna have to open my phone up. Who are the Hey. Yeah, the comedies. Man, have you ever seen that? Have you ever seen DJ Yoda or someone like that? DJ Craze was a cool guy. He used to be what's his name? Who's the American singer that did Devil's Haircut and Loser? What was his name? I'm a loser, baby, so why don't you? What's his name? He had his own DJ called DJ Craze. It was absolutely nuts.
Taking a lot of hits.
Absolutely crazy.
They've disabled our generator.
But yeah,
Focus on the enemy starfighters.
DJ
While we try to
Yoda,
get more.
Beck, yeah, Beck. He had his own DJ called DJ Craze. It was just nuts. But DJ Yoda was is hilarious. Ever get to go and see one of his sets? It's absolutely brilliant. Yeah, we got
They're aggressively targeting the field
we got
generators.
insanely
Destroy their
into
ties before they
techno for
overload them
a
completely.
good couple of years. Well, maybe more than that really. But Dave Clark and Umek and
Flying
would
close
you
to the
believe it?
generators
Would
is
you
dangerous
believe that
if you don't know how to
Slovakia
prepare
has
effective
a great techno scene?
No problem. Julie and I, we're on it.
Umek and Valentino Canziani and it's a lovely listening to very oh and Glasgow. Have you been to the Arches in Glasgow? My God, what a great techno night that is up there. There's some really good techno artists from Glasgow. There's a record label there called Soma, and one of the most famous acts there are called Slam, and they used to be one of my favorites. I remember taking my ex-girlfriend up there to watch to go and watch a Soma night. Absolutely incredible. Slam and Silicone Soul and Funk Devoid. Absolutely brilliant. In fact, it was Soma that first signed Daft Punk, actually, believe it or not. I think they ended up on Virgin, but it was Soma that found them. Fan of Air. Yeah, there was some really nice, because after smashing it out on the dance floor for like hours, you do need to go and chill out, and there was some fantastic like lo-fi, like I hate to use the word chill out music, because do you remember all those like Ministry of Sound chill out remixes? God, Ministry of Sound used to just put how many mix records that they used to make? It's like 10. It got crazy. I think that's probably what killed the industry. Ministry of Sound just putting out mix after mix after mix. But yeah, there was some beautiful chilled music, and it was made. Hey Rafi, how's it going? Hey Rafi. It was literally there, I think, Simon, for us to relax after a club night. But yeah, Air and more Chiba. There's a more Chiba record called Big Calm. Do you ever? It's the most chilled record you could ever buy. It's Big Calm by More Chiba. Absolutely beautiful record. But yeah, Air. Who else?
One down.
Groove Armada. Lemon Jelly. Yeah, my God! Do you remember that Burgundy Ministry album? I've still got that set. The Burgundy Ministry of Sound double set, Boy George and Pete Tong. I can still remember all the songs on that, Simon. So you had like you had Spin Spin Sugar and David Morales, like needing you.
Almost there. Hold off their fighters and we'll be able to
and
complete the evacuation.
Armand Van Helden, Spin Spin Sugar, and God, do you remember Armand Van Helden and David Morales and those old house acts? I used to love playing those records. Spin Spin Sugar. Yeah, to be fair, those early Mystery of Sound, the early ones were cool. Like the first couple were cool. But the best mixtapes in that time were the Global Underground records and the Fabric records as well. So we used to book your heads to the bomb, yeah. We used to worship at the altar of Sasha. I didn't even mention the progressive house scene. That's how many crazy subgenres there are. But yeah, Simon, if there was ever, yeah, it was like we used to say, like, you know, like I'm a straight guy, but if I was ever to turn, it would be because of Sasha. My God, those early Sasha records were just incredible. My God. And I also had an obsession with Steve Lawler. I still do. Steve Lawler more because he was Midlands based, but I don't know if you ever heard his Lights Out records, but they're incredible. Oh, Graham Park View. Yeah, cool. In fact, I got Salacious to I made a video. It's on my channel, Simon. I don't know if you've seen it. You should check it out. It's really funny. It's in my playlist called MoNKey-LiZaRD Radio, and it's the first sort of 15 minutes of Steve Lawler's Global Underground mixtape. And And it's like Steve Lawler used to mix really deep tribal house, like really, really incredibly deep. Like you'd get totally lost in it. Deep, subversive, bassy, you know, really progressive house music. In any case, the first 10 minutes of this album is probably one of the best intros you'll ever hear to a start of a set. And I forget the guy, I forget the man. There's a guy that wrote some poetry, and it's recited. He samples it as a recital over the intro to his set. It's like there was a man who walked into a village. It didn't make any sense. It didn't make any sense. It didn't make any sense. Anyway, you should check it out because I got Salacious to like mime to it. It's hilarious. But yeah, I used. Excuse me. Oh, tribal gatherings. Do you ever get a tribal gathering? My God. So I love all that old music. It doesn't feel old to me. It still feels fresh to me when I listen to it now. I think I might have a problem in I don't I don't listen to enough new music now because I'm still obsessed with listening to all that old music. GeForce. Excuse me. I love Gary Newman. He is awesome. I love what is it? What is what's his track? It's not Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep. It's Our Friends Electric. Gary Newman, Our Friends Electric. Yeah, I love that record. Symphy, 4/4 beat. Cars is cool. It was Gary Newman, Our Friends Electric, isn't it? I think it is. Is it Gary Newman? Someone will correct me. God, this is the worst gameplay video ever. God. Yeah, it's going to be nice unpacking and getting all my old records out and resetting up. Like I've got an external hard drive just full of music, and resetting up. I bought one of those. What you call it? So on top of my 1210s, I don't know how many years ago was it? I DJ'd a couple of like work dues and friends pies and stuff, and I bought one of those Pioneer DJ. It's a digital deck. I can't remember exactly what it's called. And this one's linked to... I'd used Serato and Ableton before. This is linked to Serato, I think it's called. And when you do kind of like work dues and stuff, you have to like, obviously like play to, a sort of common denominator. But I love breakbeat, and breakbeat's so funky. And there are so many good independent musicians that are like sampling old soul and funk music over breakbeats. I've got an absolute ton of that kind of stuff. The Temptations and all that old music on modern breakbeats, and breakbeats the easiest thing to mix. I mean, you know, it's so simple, and they're really fun. That's really fun. Mixing in at a party with a mixed audience. So if I was ever, for example, coming over to ShabbyCon, for example, to do a mix set, it would be funky breakbeats all day long, because you can just mix. There are so many remixes of really popular records over breakbeats, and it's so accessible. Dancing to breakbeat is so accessible. It doesn't, it's not like techno that, or even, it's a very accessible way to engage an audience, and there are so many old records as well that have been remixed over simple breakbeats. So yeah, the avalanches, man, so cool. I love the avalanches. What was I? Did I even play then? I don't think I even played, did I? Yeah, we'll have to go back to back, Simon. Do you remember that? My God, yeah, we had a regular slot at this wine bar in Sheffield. There was actually 3 of us. I'm not going to tell you the name that we would call ourselves, because there's quite a bit of material out there on us, actually. But we would play back to back, the 3 of us, and we'd be doing shots all night, and those nights were just chaos. Hey, there you gone. This is not Battlefront 2. This is me rambling on. I think I'm having a midlife crisis. There you go.
Clear us a path to that
This is me rambling on about a load of old nonsense. So you have to excuse me. I like reminiscing.
Those blockade runners are in our way. Dispatch them immediately.
Right. Let's go out. Let's find some peripheral ships that I can. Look at that. Someone's not. Before I even did anything, you cannot stay still. A-wing just blasted me out. Is Steve-O there? Hey, Steve-O. How you doing, fella? This is not the PS2 one they gone, no. Although the PS2 one is cool, man. Those old Battlefront games are good. For sure. How you doing, Steve-O?
We got your back. My ship is barely operational.
I was saying, Steve-O, that, oh my God, what am I doing? We were saying earlier about toys and, how, honestly, it is an addiction. I think I need to fess up. It is an addiction, buying toys. It really is. But it's the least, for me anyway, the least harmful addiction. But even when I try to stop or slow down, like at the moment, I'm not really supposed to be buying many toys. Because I'm moving house. Albeit, I've got a deposit in the bank, and, it's not like I can't. It's not like it's financially difficult for me to buy anything but that. But at the same time, when you've got to slow down from time to time, and now is a good time to do that whilst you're trying to pack up and empty the flat that you're living in and move. Anyway, cut a long story short, I'm not really supposed to be buying any toys, and then my good friend, Mr. Classic Toys. My good friend Mr. Classic Toys on Twitter, who, if you live in England, you have to follow Mr. Classic Toys, because he just seems to know where all the bargains are. Anyway, 2 or 3 days ago, he messages me, Salacious, get on the Sona Toys website, because they're doing this crazy multiverse flash sale. 66% off everything for the next 2 hours. 2 hours later, I'm 22 figs in. Then he messages the day after, in demand, are selling the entire Fantastic Four Retro Wave Marvel Legends for 60 quid. Okay, I mean, I can't say no to that. Then yesterday messages, Sona Toys are back at it. Flash sale, 44% off. It's like, shit. So this is me not buying any toys at the moment. And within 3 days, I bought 39 action figures. Now, to be fair, they like range from like £4 to about £9. So it's an absolute bargain. I saved about 500 quid. But at the same time, that just says it all, doesn't it? You know? At the time that I'm not supposed to be buying any figures, I bought 39. So, 3 Men and a Monkey-Lizard. Well, the Fantastic Four ones have arrived. I've had a mail note saying the first batch from Sona are coming tomorrow. I reckon if they all come tomorrow, the what have you picked up is going to be quite busy. He's a name, Steve-O. He's. I said to him, he posted something tonight, and I said stop, and I messaged, I commented, I said stop it, and he said I'm sorry, Salacious, I'm sorry. Right, what am I doing? Oh, I know, it's just toys, isn't it? I think it is instant self-gratification, isn't it? I mean, that's what it is. Because once I've got it, I don't spend an inordinate amount of time with it. It's just, I've now got it. And I can, like, tick it off. Well, at the moment, I can't really spend much time and play with them because they're all in storage. I have to, like, I get it, and then I have to, like, film it or photograph it, and sometimes I can't be bothered. Like, I haven't really done much of that recently. And then I have to put them straight into storage because I don't have space, so... Marcia James, hello, how you doing? Just having a chat, really. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Let's go back to co-op for a bit. I wasn't really doing much on there, was I? Hopefully we get Scarif and I can hang out on a beach for a bit. But yeah, instant dopamine. It is that, Steve-O. It really is. But what are you gonna do? Yeah, I've just seen Marcia and I'm sure Marcia and I have spoken before, haven't we? I think we have. But welcome anyway. I'll apologise, Marcia. I am just rambling on, if I'm honest. Been reminiscing about old times, talking a lot about music, talking a lot about how I spend too much money on toys. Sunny says, Bob, every episode of 3 Men and the Monkey-Lizard, the StreamYard link is posted. No, 3 Men and the Monkey-Lizard, the StreamYard link isn't posted, no. It's my Lego stream, we post the link, but not on 3 Men, no. Because 3 Men's like our like joint project, and it's on different channels. So I couldn't dictate to the dude, for example, you know, what happens when it's on his channel. So we don't do that. We invite different people on at different times. But on the Lego stream that I do every Sunday, I post that link in the chat because it's a slightly more laid back kind of deal, really, and it's great. So anyway, what an incredible investment, and you will definitely have appreciated the value of all of those sets. On the other hand, you don't get the joy of building them.
We can stand against this rebel assault just a little longer.
You don't get the
We'll
joy
see
of
them
building
vanquish.
a kit, which is the whole fun of it,
Join the
really.
battle. Another
You know?
rebel to defeat.
The whole thing of it is opening the box,
The filthy rebels have
getting the
pushed us
bags
back.
out,
But this is just a minor setback.
emptying the
Get ready
bags
to dig
on
in.
your table, and then you either do what G does and you're fastidious and OCD and you organize all the pieces into little tiny like groups, or you're like me and you just have a pile of stuff all over the place. But then you get the joy of building, you know, you're like a little builder, mini architect for a couple of hours. So, I don't know, 50-50. 50-50. I suppose the boxes must look cool, I suppose, on the shelf. But they can't look as cool as having all the completed sets set out, surely. Like your own little Lego city. Your little Star Wars land all set up. So, I don't know. It's a what you like, isn't it? I suppose it's a 50-50. There's no right or wrong way of looking at it. So answers on a postcard, really. And this is a bit of a fun. This is a bit of a a question that permeates the whole toy community, anyway, isn't it? Really, it's kind of like, are you an inbox collector or an out-of-box collector? So, Rolando, don't worry, Marcy doesn't. So I'm Salacious Rum on PlayStation Network. Rolando, Marcy, if you want to play Battlefront 2, I'm Salacious Rum on PlayStation Network. Very easy to find. So if you want to add me, go for it. I don't think you've ever asked of you, Rolando. I'm happily playing. Well, as you can see at the moment, I'm not really playing. We're kind of talking. Kind of more talking than anything. But I think my inbox forever figures spilled over. I don't open anything, but there's some Legos I should. Ooh, yeah, I know. It's like, should you? Maybe the answer is you keep 99% of them boxed, and you just open. I don't know. Actually, now I'm saying it, it's like, if you're gonna keep most of them boxed, why would you open one? Unless it's a double. Unless you've already got it. Because if you open one of them, then you're reducing. You're missing something in the collection, aren't you? I suppose. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. And, to be honest, Simon, you do what makes you feel happy, don't you? You get joy, because I keep most of my all my carded figures stay carded. I never take the figure off the card. I just can't do it. A box is different. If the figure's in the box, I don't mind opening the box because I can put the figure back in. But if it's on a card, then I just can't do it. I cannot bring myself to do it. Marcia, I'm kind of goated, so I can help you. That's why I'd love to teach you. To be honest, I'm actually not really concentrating, Marcia, if I'm honest with you. I can play a lot better than this. I'm having a good time chatting. I'm not brilliant. I'm not claiming to be a brilliant player by any stretch. But I kind of like chatting to you guys.
We've held off the
But
rebel
yeah, the
attack
cards,
one
I
to
find
death.
it difficult
A fine
taking the
example
figure off
of
the card.
Imperial
I really
strength.
do. I think I'm traumatized. Apologies, Marcia. Is Marcia a lady's name or a boy's name? It feels like it's a lady's name, but I may be wrong. Michael says, I've got Simpsons Lego house and Quick Mart sealed. Want to build them. Friend request received. Scaliacci. Oh, what am I doing? You can add me later. Okay. Have we spoken before, Marcy? I can't remember. Thanks for subbing. I really appreciate it. Bob, beware of catfishes. Yeah. Well, I can't remember if we've spoken before, Marcy. Bro, I'm a man. Sorry, dude. It's just Marcy is sounding like a. go. I don't know why I'm not into the whole Playmobil stuff. That little bloody Ewok. Little bloody Ewok. I don't know why, Sonny. I'm just not into the whole Playmobil thing. I know a lot of people are buying the. I know the vehicles look amazing, like the Enterprise and the Knight Rider, but I just can't bring myself to buy Playmobil. I don't know why. Oh look, it's R5. Look, I never noticed R5 there before. Look at that.
We have been joined by Lord Vader.
Marcia, what's your real name then?
That's the target area.
If we've spoken, what's your real name? It's clearly not Marcia. Have you ever seen that film Talk Radio? I think it's by Oliver Stone. It's an old film. I really like that film. It's basically this guy. It's basically this guy that does a talk radio show. Cillian McCann is Monkey Sock. What? Who's that? I'm checking out Monkey Sock. That's a cool name. Anyway, Talk Radio is an old film. That's not old. What's it, 80s or 90s?
Successful.
It's Oliver Stone, I think. And he's a late night radio host. And he takes calls and... now, but without having to play Battlefront in the background. I'm not really concentrating on this. I don't know. I don't think I've really got time for it, to be honest. But I always liked the idea of doing that, and I think if you ever watch that film, Talk Radio, it's pretty dark, to be honest. Into talking some crazy stuff.
Crush them at once before it's too late.
I don't know, it wouldn't just be totally dark. I mean, it'd just be a rambly 2 hours of talking about topical stuff, I suppose. And there's always something going on every week, isn't there? But slightly more focused than my normal rambles, because I end up rambling about the same old stuff every time. Marcia, what's your real name? And who's MoNKeY-Sock? And how old are you? I feel like I feel like there's more to the Marcia story than you're letting on. Yeah, Talk Radio, or I probably can't really call it Talk Radio because there's a whole UK Talk Radio station now. But how about Talk Salacious, Salacious Talk, or Talk Internet, or Talk Salacious Talk? I suppose I could have Salacious just sat on the side, but I don't really want to have to flick between voices all the time, to be honest. That's what's killing my throat. Just flicking between voices, doing Bob and Salacious. Bloody absolutely destroying my throat. After hours with Salacious Rum. That's cool. My real name is not Scalacci or Marcel James. It's... Oh, sorry, I shouldn't really be asking your real name. That's doxing you, isn't it? Sorry, dude. I don't really need to know your real name. It's just obviously when you do live streaming, it's like Sonny was saying, you've got to be a little bit careful. I tend to want to know a little bit about somebody before I invite them onto a live stream. Because frankly, you could come on here and then just absolutely... Not that... In fact, I was going to say, you could come on here and start talking a lot of crazy stuff. But let's be honest, that's what I do anyway. But you have to be a little bit careful, Marcia. So, maybe not today, but perhaps another time. Perhaps if you hang out in the stream a couple of times and we get to know each other, then I might be more susceptible to just adding you in straight away, if that's okay. Late night talk with MoNKeY-Sock. Yeah, MoNKeY-Sock. I don't know why. I like that idea of MoNKeY-Sock. Sonny, a friend of mine is into Playmobil. Yeah, so Marcia, I'm not saying no, and I hate to, I don't want to sound like a complete douchebag, but I suppose I do have to be a little bit careful. But I tend to play computer games most Saturdays, actually. So if you're about on a Saturday, then look out. MoNKeY-Sock, isn't that what Sean Solo calls his Yeah, I think we all used to have one of those used socks, didn't we? If we're honest, G-Force, we all had one of those old socks at one point. Let's be honest. If you didn't have one of those old socks at one point, I would suspect that you're telling a fib. At some point, you had to grab something, and the sock was there. We've all been there. It was the only thing that was to hand, and it was that or a mess. And the sock was just too easy to grab. It's kind of like a bit of a walk of shame, isn't it? The sock. We've all been there. GeForce has never used a sock. I do not believe you. GeForce, I do not believe you. Simon says, sure, Matt's growling knows monkey sock. I like monkey sock. Monkey sock. GeForce is very posh. I don't believe him. I don't believe him. Everyone's had that shame in their life. Most of us have had that shame. Some of us more than others. I can swear on anything you like. Well, if that is the case, GeForce, actually you've missed out. You've missed out. It's almost like a right. It's like a rite of passage. JT said, all the socks I've ever had, I've worn on my feet. Jesus! Simon, is it just you and I? Are we the only... Are we actually just dirty... Are we just dirty, sick... perverts? Or are we the norm? Is it... Maybe it's an English thing. But JT and GeForce seem adamant. Rolando, never too late. GeForce, missed socks. Missed socks cleaning. Listen, I've even had the shame of having Earthmum point out that, oh, did your washing and you're missing a sock. Wonder where that went. And then you have to look and go, oh, I wonder where that went. I even had that shame before of having to explain, you know, being a young. I don't know where that other sock went, Earthmum. I don't know. Oh, I don't know. Why have you only got one sock? I don't know, Earthmum. I don't know where that other sock went. I cannot be the only one. I know. In fact, I know I'm not. I would bet my mortgage on it that Simon's had that. Yeah, afraid so. There you go.
Prepare yourselves.
GeForce, I think we've stumbled into the wrong chair. I cannot believe, GeForce, that you never had that. Well, I mean, look, it's not great. It's not. It's, you know, it's not great, is it? I get prepped. You go prep. You never had a spontaneous. You always prep. Bloody hell. Of course he does. He preps his Lego, doesn't he? GeForce's wanking is like has the same degree of preparation as his Lego builds. Everything is organized, set out, ready. In military like excuse me, military like fashion. We'll talk offline about my debauchery. Sorry, GeForce. We're just dedicating this 5-minute section of the stream to discussing GeForce's wanking habits. I had a special sock. I called it monkey sock. Yes, that's now what it's going to be called. When we now refer to the special sock, we're going to call it the monkey sock. And we will all know what that means. It's got the name that it always needed. It never had and always... Have a little drink, sorry. Oh, sorry about that. Give me a little drink. We've come full circle. Monkey
The rebels
sock.
are renewing their attack. We must now defend these positions.
Hey, Ricardo. Ricardo,
The Emperor
honestly,
is now personally
you
overseeing
walked
the
into
battle.
something you probably were not expecting. You'd probably joined the stream expecting to see a little bit of Battlefront 2 action. Alas, the Battlefront 2 that you see on the screen is merely a facade for the real entertainment that is actually taking place. Is a 10-minute discussion about GeForce's wanking habits. Namely, that he A, has never used a sock in his cleanup operation, and that B, he is incredibly prepared for such an event. I would never dream of grabbing the first thing at hand in order to, you know, tidy up. So, if you come for Battlefront 2 action, actually what you're really getting is something quite different. And we've come to decide that the name for this, for the sock, for such a sock, is called the monkey sock. Ahsoka Tano Commander. Hello, Ahsoka. Hello. I apologise for the lurid discussions we're having, Ahsoka. But, this is what happens on a Salacious Rum stream, see? So, Ricardo, we're going to have to... Look, as Ricardo has joined the stream, I'm sorry, Ricardo, but we're going to have to put it to him. Simon and I have been honest. GeForce and Rolando deny that they've ever had to turn to a sock before. Sonny hasn't told us yet, so we haven't had an answer from Sonny. And we are awaiting an answer from Ricardo. Has Ricardo ever had the shame and the guilt of having to require something and to reach down and grab the thing that's closest to hand, and that thing being a sock? Now, if this is something you have experienced, you will know what I mean by me saying that this event has cast a deep shadow on your psyche and was a shameful experience. However, it is most likely not the first time that this has happened, and you are probably, like me, a repeat offender. So the question to you, Ricardo, and the question to you, Sonny, is: have you ever had to delve into the monkey sock? Are you a monkey sock aficionado, or have you managed to remain monkey sock free? These are the questions that we need answering. JT has remained, well, he claims to have remained monkey sock free. Although, we do find this quite hard to believe. GeForce... Ricardo, no sock. I hit the floor every time. Well, it's one way of doing it, I suppose. You mop up, I suppose. No, no, Ricardo. Now, be honest. Be honest. Be honest now, Ricardo.
The Emperor is here.
Are you an instant mopper-upper? Or have you, like, gone, oh, fuck it, I'll do it in the morning? Sonny says fabric's washable at 1995 Celsius. Simon says, if my mum ever found my sock, I'd blame Shabby. I know. Oh no. Yeah, that would be a way out. I don't believe Earth Mum ever found my sock, but she would comment on why. She would often comment on why I had so many pairs of socks, missing one. So it's fair to say Bob had plenty of monkey socks over the years. Well, not over the years. Over a small period.
An elite agent has been dispatched.
Over a small teenage period, there were a number of monkey socks, I believe. I feel as though we're going to have to put this question to the wider community. Don't you? I think there are people in the community we need to know if they ever resorted to the monkey sock. Never a sock. F it, I'll clean it in the morning. Yes. I suspected so. And my mum found my bong, did the laundry and was wrapped in, never said a word. What does Pilly use? Pilly doesn't care. Pilly doesn't use anything. Monkey lizards don't care about that kind of stuff. They just, whatever.
Rapid fire, ready to go.
Monkey sock. I'm gonna have to make a video about the monkey sock, aren't I? It's probably a bad idea because it will flag my channel again. If my mum found my bong, I'll tell her it's a penis extension. Is Cat still here? Cat, I'm so sorry. I feel shame now, having confessed to Cat that I ever had a monkey sock. Cat, it was only 2 or 3 times, and I was a teenager. I would never dream of using a monkey sock now. I just clarify that. I have well and truly grown out of the monkey sock phase. Bob's apartment rivals Josh's projection room. What must Cat think of us? What must Cat think of us? My God.
Is that a Wookiee? Watch out!
I just sat there going, ooh, these boys are disgusting. Pilly, the free run. Yeah, Pilly doesn't care. Pilly, they just spray. Monkey lizards just spray. They're not bothered. They just spray. Whatever. They don't care. They're free.
Lord Vader is here.
Wild animals.
Redouble your efforts.
Wild animals, Sonny. She thinks we're man kids. Yeah, man babies. I know. Cat basically hears all the locker room talk, doesn't she? I sometimes forget she's there, and she must think we're misogynistic, sex mad, like, I don't know. This is genuinely what us boys always talk about, though, isn't it? Let's be honest. You know, we can pretend to be, you know, like we can pretend to be like woke and, you know, and virtuous, and well, we always end up talking about sex and music and drugs and movies and stuff. Let's be honest. To deny it is to
Stay alert.
Victory will soon be ours, but you must hold on for a little longer.
Cat's cool. Cat is cool. Cat is cool.
We have reports of Luke Skywalker having joined the battle.
I have an older brother. Used to guy talk. Yeah, so late night radio with Salacious though. Do we need Salacious?
Stay away from these people.
Can it still be? Can it be Salacious?
I don't see that.
Can it be
We've held off the rebel attack and won the day. A fine example of Imperial
Can
strength.
it be Salacious? Can it be Salacious after dark? Without Salacious? With maybe he is. Maybe it's a bit late for him, so he just doesn't say a great deal. He's just chilling. Would that work? So he's still there on a little screen, but he's just hanging out. He chips in now and again. Could be sleeping. Yeah, he's just there. Maybe he chips in now and again. Bob, can we put up the image of Bruce Lee on turntables and spin? Can we put up the image of Bruce Lee and spin something? We can. For sure. Yeah, it'd be nice to play some records as well, but it's just copyrights and bugger. From the sock drawer with Pop and Salacious. I feel as though Monkey Sock should at least be a segment of some sort somewhere. Whether it's on that show or... Monkey Sock needs to be a thing, I think. It's just too perfect. And it's too perfect to ignore Monkey Sock. From the sock drawer. That is good, JT, I have to say. From the sock drawer. Salacious sticky sock. Oh.
The Rebel Alliance thought
You're making it
could hide
worse.
on Hoth, but
You're
no
making it
one
worse
can
with all this
escape the Empire's
sticky talk.
reach. Prepare the assault.
My god, those socks, after a couple of days, they stand up on their own, don't they? They're like rocks.
Capture a command post so that we can advance.
After a couple of days, it's like it's like the strongest super glue ever. It's like you could. It's structural. After 48 hours, it's structural. Put it that way. It's like steel. Those socks stand up on one end and they end up walking. I fancy a beer, Ricardo. New segment on MoNKey-LiZaRD Hangout. What, monkey sock? MoNKey-LiZaRD with a sock on his head. That is a good idea. Rolando, that is a good idea. Sobered stacked his and played Jenga. That is going to be... I think Monkey Sock could be a new segment on MoNKey-LiZaRD Hangout.
An agent of the Empire has landed to assist.
It could be a segment. How about this? How about this? It's a segment. When I play the segment video, the video comes on screen then, doesn't it? So you can't see what's going on backstage. And then after the video is finished and we are back on the live stream, Salacious is wearing a sock on his head. It's like, welcome to monkey sock. And then there's a series of questions about whether or not the guest has ever had to rely on a monkey sock. Monkey sock. I'm gonna have to come up with a jingle for monkey sock. I actually wrote what I think might be one of my best raps the other day. I felt inspired, but it's a bit of a... I'm worried people might think it's a bit of a diss track. It's really not. But I actually think it's pretty good. So I used the instrumental from Crazy Town, Butterfly, and I always thought of that song Crazy Town. Everyone remembers the hook.
Initial attack phase complete.
Everyone remembers the hook, but no one remembers the rap because the guy that rapped it wasn't very good, and God knows what he was talking about. But everyone remembers the hook, don't they? You know, come my lady, come my lady, you're my special lady, crazy lady, or whatever. You know, similar to that. So I've kind of rewritten, but I've written a really, really long rap all the way through it, about 3 verses, and it's actually, I think, some of my best writing. Well, anyway, you'll be the judge of that. People will be the judge of that. I haven't recorded it yet, but I am slightly concerned that, because I do diss people on it. Well, not people. I diss things in general. They're not related to people. People might think I'm dissing people. Anyway, you'll get it when I record it. But now I'm thinking I need to write a track for Monkey Sock. In fact, the Monkey Sock track could be the dirtiest track I've ever written, really. Because you're going to have to write about Monkey Sock. If you're going to write about Monkey Sock, you've actually got to write about the deed, haven't you? If you write about a monkey sock, you're going to have to describe the events that lead up to needing the monkey sock. So that could be quite disgusting, but could be quite amusing. Admit it, I haven't dissed Gonk Droids.
Princess Organa is here.
I've dissed YouTubers in general. which is probably the wrong thing to do, given I'm friends with a lot of YouTubers, and they might think I'm talking about them, but I'm talking about. Look after yourself, won't you? And I'll see you on the other side, dude. Who's shooting me? Who's shooting the Emperor? Everyone's shooting the Emperor. What the hell? Take it easy, Mike. I'll drink some water. The voice is starting to go again. It's a bit of a problem, my voice. It's a bit of a problem, my voice, because it's an important asset. It's an important. I was going to say. I was going to sound like a right ass then. Say it's an important asset. That's not what I meant at all. It's an important part of. I talk a lot. I have to talk a lot at work. Put it that way. I have to talk to people a lot. But his YouTube channel is mostly him as the Emperor. He is so funny. He is so funny. I love that guy so much. I really want to get it. I don't know if he'd come on, but I really want to. Imagine Salacious interviewing the Emperor. It would be hilarious. I would love to get him on Monkeys and hang out. BJ is my... Do you know him, Left Coast? He is so talented. He does a pirate. He does a pirate character as well. But I think his emperor is incredible. Simon, take it easy, dude. He's off to. Simon's off to go and grab a monkey sock, so we know what he's doing. Take it easy, dude. Simon, one day you and I. And that would be cool, dude. I just love his BJ. I love his Palpatine shorts. It just cracks me up. What did he do yesterday? He released one yesterday. It just had me in stitches. Hey Darth Rock, how's it going, dude? Thanks for stopping by. Bit of an impromptu stream, kind of shooting the... To be honest, I haven't really been doing much playing, really. We've been talking about... God, we've been talking about all sorts tonight. As always, I ramble from topic to topic. We spent a lot of time talking about music earlier. We always end up talking about music. We ended up talking about monkey socks. I daren't ask you, Darth, to be honest. I kind of want to spare you. I kind of want to spare you the potential shame of asking you your experience with a monkey sock, to be totally honest. I might have to save it for a genuine monkey doesn't hang out segment.
The enemy presence on Hoth has been eradicated and the Rebel Alliance severely weakened.
Just scored the Warner Brothers Multiverse Beta. Is that because the word salacious is also a doing word, isn't it? You know, like you can be salacious. So so obviously it's his name, but you can also be salacious, can't you? So, oh, I was really salacious last night. Like being salacious is being naughty, isn't it? It's being rude. It's being, you know. Don't turn on the black. No, don't turn on the black light rum. No. But I love the There's an old film. It's not that old. Well, it is old. I think it was Oliver Stone. And it's called Talk Radio. And there's this guy that just has this talk radio show, and they get into all kinds of weird conversations, and it goes in a few dark areas. I always wanted to do a late night show where I get to just talk about anything, no holds barred, there's no censorship or, you know, it just goes where it goes, you know. I've always liked the idea of doing that. I don't know if I've got time for that, really, but I quite like the idea of doing
Comscan
it.
has detected an incoming rebel force.
Maybe
on
one
this
day.
moon. Stand
From
your
the
ground.
from the
Don't let
sock
them
drawer
through.
was a good one, wasn't it? From the sock drawer. Yeah, that was a good one. Salacious chat with Bob.
Should
Salacious.
the rebels take these positions, we'll be forced to retreat, and their attack will continue.
From the sock drawer. Monkey sock. Oh my god! I just started in my head rhyming monkey sock, and I've just realised how many crazy, dirty words rhyme with that in terms of like constructing a rhyme about using a monkey sock. I just instantly came up with some really filthy couple of verses. I don't really want to repeat them, actually. There's one obvious word that rhymes with sock that is very much related to what we were just talking about. And I'm making myself giggle. I really think this segment should just be called
Han Solo has been
Monkey
spotted.
Sock. Monkey Sock.
We have been pushed back, but the battle is not yet over. Await new orders.
That was exactly right, JT. I went straight to clock. Exactly it. And imagine how many different ways you can use that word.
New defense positions marked.
And how beautifully it balances with monkey sock. And then after a few days, after things have stiffened and settled, the monkey sock is hard as a rock. Precisely 3 days after you are handling your clock. Kids will love it. Kids will be shocked at our version of a monkey sock is slightly different. This will not be a this will very much be a parental advisory segment. I think the whole show's parental advisory anyway, isn't it, to be honest? Let's face it at this point.
Luke Skywalker has been spotted. The rebels think they have the advantage.
Just put
but we will
googly
prove
eyes on them.
wrong.
Well, I was
Get
thinking,
ready to hold
I mean,
new
just
ground.
putting a sock over Salacious's head is probably all you really need to do.
What you're planning won't work. New data indicates the rebels will attack these positions. You must defend them.
I shot in the bum. My dogs had sock monkey toys. They beat the hell out of them. Oh, cool. I love playing as one of these. What was the next one I needed? It was this one, wasn't it? Oh, not enough points. There we go. This one, then. This level's so much fun as the Oh, who's that? Bloody Luke Skywalker. Why don't I walk straight into Luke Skywalker? Yeah, killed him. Get out there, Luke. Being the speeder bike on this level is awesome. You can... There we go, it's 24. I think I only need a couple more and then I've... It must be like 25 or 26 to max out the Yeah, do you ever see these speeder bikes on Return of the Jedi for the first time? They're so cool, didn't they? I remember getting the speeder bike, the kind of speeder bike as a kid. The back flaps always used to break, didn't they, or fall off. I seem to remember. I think I've got one boxed in my, I think I've got a boxed one. The Power of the Force 2 ones were like identical, I think, just a different colour. The same mould. Bob, just out of shockingly morbid curiosity, did you prefer the right side or the left? I don't think that was even ever a question. I think it was, what's the hand? But that is funny. That's actually a funny question. That's a really funny question to ask. It'd be really funny to... that would have to be a staple question, wouldn't it? In a monkey sock segment. You'd have to... you'd have to ask that question, I think. That was in the hope that someone was going to walk around the corner then, more than anything.
Calrissian's luck can't last forever. Eliminate him.
Oops. I think we're going to win this level without having to retreat. Yeah, first grab, first served. Exactly right. Exactly right. There we go. Oh, why is that assault level up? Hey, that's weird. How come that just leveled up assault? Did you see that? I was on a speeder bike and yet it's leveled up the salt. That was weird. That was weird. That was very glitchy then. Yeah, definitely first graph, first that's funny.
We will defend this area to the last. No more retreats. Get ready.
Why are we falling back? You're kidding me. I might have to fall back. God damn it. Shouldn't need to fall back there. We had him pinned. Let's go this Bosky. My poisons are toxic.
Hunting grounds await.
Hunting grounds await. It's a nutcase, isn't he, Bosk? Bosky. My toxins are... My oxytoxins are poisonous. The hunting grounds awaits. Put on his predator sense in a minute. And then just start whapping out the top. Start whapping out. Bloody hell, I'm on it here. I'm bloody doing it again. Here we go.
Now, it is over. Kill me. Glory will
Where are the rest of them? God damn it. Through here, in the wrong bloody room. Boba Fett. I tell you to for your late night show. They died with their socks on. God damn it. Hey Bodhi Collection, how you doing, dude? Kind of semi-playing this really, more kind of chatting to everyone. But thanks for stopping by. We've been talking about some crazy stuff tonight. Listen to Bosky. Who is my prey? The hunting grounds are open. And my poisons are barely worth are toxic. Unbelievable.
Prey. Meet your predator.
That weapon is so cool.
Predator chooses his battles.
Whoa. Chewy. Oh, goddamn Wookie. Oh. Right, I'm coming to the end. Let's do a little bit of the Emperor. Feel your anger. Your pitiful rebellion. come on. Bloody Chewy. What's that? 8 more, it's turned into 16. I'll just finish this game. There we go. There you go.
The rebel gambit to take Endor has
That's me done.
and they now pose
That's
less
Bob
of a
done
threat
for the
than
evening.
local wildlife.
So quick recap, we've covered dance music of the 90s. Comes to cleaning up his love spillages. Let's just put it that way. We've also discussed a variety of names for my potential upcoming late night show. And we've also created a new segment for the Monkey-LiZaRD Hangout show called the Monkey Socket. Monkey Socket? Monkey Sock. Kat has been secretly grossed out by our self-pleasure stories, but she's come to expect nothing nothing less from us, so can't really think of us any lower than she already does, so we're kind of on safe ground, really. So, I'm going to end this stream, bid you a fond farewell. See you all on the other side. And remember, monkey lizards are for life. They're not for spit roasting. Goodbye.